Okay, so we finally got the leeks in the dehydrator. We got the potato leek soup going on the counter. That's got to cook for 4 hours. So right now I'm waiting for Tom to empty my wheelbarrow. So in the meantime, I'm going to up-pot all the peppers because we're still working on that raised bed that I told you we're going to put the peppers in the back. We're still trying to put in the lines for that. So for now, I am going to up-pot them into bigger pots because peppers can honestly
Where did you
grow in
get that
pots.
worm casting?
I'll show them in a second. They can grow in pots. The bigger the pot, the bigger your peppers are going to get. Now here in Arizona, we have a couple peppers that we've had for over 3 years that are just perennials.
Where?
So we got the one in that black one right there. Do you see that one with the cage around it?
Yeah.
We've had that one for a couple years. That's a green pepper. And then there's another one that we have further back that I had to trim all the way down because it got frostbit, but it is coming back. Of course, I had to put a cage around it because of Scarlett. She likes eating the leaves. So anyway, now I am up-potting all of our pepper plants. So I started with an all-purpose mix in the bottom, and then I put a handful of worm castings in there. We're going to mix that in. Then we're going to put the pepper plants in here and fill them up with that Fox Farm soil and fertilizer. It's ocean forest. It's very good. It's got a blend of, I'm not sure if you can see this, earthworm castings and bat guano. And of course, all of your stuff from the ocean forest floor. So this is really good. It's got a lot of good nutrition in it for the plants. So I think the peppers are going to be really happy in this because they are heavy feeders. So first I got to get this mixed up in here. And that's another thing. I went to, which store did I go to? It was a nursery. I know it's not APS, and I got APS on the mind. I went to a nursery, and I just went up to the counter and asked them if they had any pots that they weren't using. And in their back corner, they had a ton of 5-gallon, 3-gallon, 1 gallon. I mean, for seedlings and stuff, those would be amazing for transplanting. So they were free. So I went and I grabbed a bunch of them. I'm going to go and get more. But those worked wonderfully. So trying to get things moved out of the way here.
Crazy bees can mean a lot of different things with us.
Okay. Now here's where I have these covered up so that the rats couldn't get to them until I could up-pot them. I don't know, you guys. My cucumbers and stuff aren't looking so good. I'm hoping by the time I get that raised bed done today that they're going to be okay. They stayed in their pots too long. Learn from my mistakes. Make sure you have everything ready to go before you start doing your transplants. Because I definitely should have had some of these in the ground already a while ago. So we're just going to start grabbing some of these peppers. Let's see. These are all the peppers that I gave you the names of. Of course, I have to bring up the dirt level on all of these, but I want to see if I need any more pots first. So with peppers, just as tomatoes, you can put them in a little bit deeper to give them a stronger root system. What are you doing back there, Bency? Huh? What are you doing, bud? You picking things out? Huh? He's very inquisitive. He's our number one that tells us if we have any rats in the garden. Okay, remember how I said you just kind of put your hands right around that stem. Turn it upside down. Give it a couple good squeezes. Oh, look at those roots. Look at that. That is just beautiful. And we're going to put him in here a little bit deeper. Now this is our Craig's Grande jalapeno. I'm going to pack that in there a little bit. A little shake. I think we'll do one more scoop and then I think this one will be ready to go, because you also want to leave space to be able to water. Okay, stick that in there. We got one done. We'll come back when I got the rest of these. I'll plant it up. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so we are down to our last plant, and I wanted to take a minute because I don't think I told you guys to make sure that when you're doing container gardening that you have a soil medium that is well draining and that it is made for containers. You can make your own, but you make sure that it has a mixture of a good fertilizer, vermiculite or perlite, cocoa coir or peat, whatever your preference is on that. Different people have different things about peat versus cocoa coir, but they both work. And just make sure that it's very well draining. And then before you put your plant in, tamp it down. Make sure that you get all the air bubbles out of it, because if you have any air in that pot and you plant your plant in there, the roots are not going to be able to access the dirt as well, and the fertilizer and the nutrients, and it's going to struggle and possibly die. So you want to make sure that your soil is packed in there good and that you're not going to have air bubbles. This is a dragon's breath. I had a couple that I had to put in a little bit deeper because, so then I always tap the dirt around little by little and get it all the way around that plant to make sure that it's nice and secure and that there's not any air pockets. And then I fill it in with the rest of the dirt. Like I said, I'm using the black gold all-purpose fertilizer on the very bottom, and then I put in a handful of worm castings into each one of my containers, and then I'm filling them with the ocean forest potting soil, which has just a ton of nutrients in it. And then later today, when the sun is a little bit further down in the sky, it is hot, I'm going to give them a little drink of fish emulsion. So come on, let's go see what we did. We're going to come over here and see what we did. Huh? We're coming over to see what we did. All right, here they are. We have our dragon's breath, the Desil, the pink Tiger X, the cayenne peppers, the super hot mix, Craig's Grande jalapeno, Korean dark green. This is our baby right here. I don't know if he's gonna make it or not. This is the Apocalypse Scorpion. And let's see, Carolina Reaper. This is another pink Tiger X, Korean, Carolina, no, this is the Craig's Grande, super hot mix. I feel like I'm missing one. I'm gonna have to go look because I know that I had a Trinidad. This is the Apocalypse Scorpion. Yep, I might need to pot another one. I gotta go find him. I know I had a Trinidad chocolate, so we'll see if I can find him.